Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today I am bringing you a quick review of Clone Voice AI, a platform built around voice cloning and audio generation. In this video, I want to break down which features are genuinely worth your time and money, and also point out a few minor issues you might run into along the way. If you want an even deeper dive, I actually made a full review testing every single function in a much longer video, and I will leave that link down in the description for anyone who wants to go further. In fact, I recorded this video with a voice integrated into this platform so you can hear for yourself the result of using it. Before we dive in, quick heads up. If you decide to purchase Clone Voice AI through the links in the description or in the pinned comment, you will get access to some special bonuses I have put together just for you. These bonuses are designed to help you get even more value out of the platform right from the start. All the details, including exactly what is included, are explained clearly in the description below, so make sure to check that out. Let us start with the platform's main function, which is voice cloning, and honestly, it is one of my least favorite features. Since Clone Voice AI is called what it is, you would expect voice cloning to be the star of the show. But in my experience, it just does not hold up as well as the other tools inside the platform. That does not mean it is unusable, but if you are expecting flawless results right out of the box, you might end up a little disappointed, especially depending on your specific use case and the language you are working in. Part of the reason I feel this way is because my native language is Spanish, and whenever I try to record phrases in English to clone my voice, it just does not sound very fluid. So when I go to generate audio using my clone voice, the results are not great, and the pronunciation and rhythm can feel a bit off. If English is not your first language either, you might run into a similar problem. So keep that in mind before relying too heavily on this particular feature for your projects. Another detail worth considering is that you really need a good microphone to record your voice for cloning purposes. It should be one without background noise and with solid audio quality overall. Because if your input recording sounds bad, the generated audio produced by the AI will also sound bad. Garbage in, garbage out, as they say. So my personal experience cloning my own voice honestly was not the best, but I think a lot of that comes down to my setup and the language barrier, rather than the technology itself being fundamentally broken. Another thing to mention is that sometimes when you are creating a narration audio file, you can run into small errors, like incomplete words or similar glitches popping up here and there. The good news, though, is that you can generate an unlimited number of audio files. So the easiest fix is just to regenerate the audio, or specifically the part where the error happened. It is a small inconvenience, sure, but the unlimited generations more than make up for it, in my opinion, especially compared to platforms that limit how much you can create. It is also worth mentioning that the platform is constantly being updated, with its features getting improved over time at no extra cost to you. This means you essentially pay once and get lifetime access to unlimited generation across all the tools included in the platform. So even though voice cloning was not my favorite feature, I honestly cannot call this a bad investment overall, because there are plenty of other genuinely worthwhile features that make up for that one weaker spot, which I will walk you through next. Let us talk about the good stuff, starting with the public library of voices, which honestly sounds quite good overall. There is a huge variety in there, including narrator voices, sports commentator voices, motivational speaker voices, radio host voices, circus performer voices, and plenty more beyond that. I have not sat down and counted every single one, but at first glance, there are well over 100 voices with all kinds of different styles and tones, which gives you a lot of flexibility depending on the type of project you are working on. Another interesting feature is the voice creation tool, which comes in handy when you cannot quite find a voice in the public library with the exact characteristics you are looking for. All you have to do is head over to the voice maker function and, through a simple prompt, describe the type of voice you need for your project. In just a few minutes, you will have a brand new custom voice ready to use, which honestly feels like a pretty powerful option to have available. One of my favorite features on the entire platform is Create Podcast, and it is genuinely very easy to use. You can choose up to 4 speakers for your podcast, and for each one, you get to select whichever voice you want from the library or your own custom creations. Then you simply specify the topic of your podcast, and within a few minutes, you will have a finished audio file ready to upload to platforms like Spotify or Apple Podcasts, which is honestly pretty impressive for how little effort it takes. Now, The approximate duration of each podcast generated is around 10 minutes, but if you want something longer, there is a simple workaround. Just create several different podcasts, each one focusing on a specific discussion point, but all related to the same overall topic, and featuring the same speakers throughout. Once you have got those individual audio files, combine them together using any basic audio editor, and you are done. It takes a little extra effort, but it is a completely manageable way to build longer content. It is also worth noting that the platform works with a variety of different languages, so you are not limited to just English if that is not your preference. That said, to be completely honest with you, the best results by far come when you are working in English. If you are creating content in other languages, you might notice a slight drop in quality or naturalness compared to what you get in English. So just keep that in mind depending on your target audience and content. If you prefer a more visual format, you can also create a video podcast complete with avatars and lip-syncing matched to your podcast audio. For this particular step, you will need to bring in an external tool designed for generating videos with talking avatars, since that part is not built directly into Clone Voice AI itself. I have actually recorded a full tutorial walking through exactly how to do this from start to finish, and I will leave a link to it down in the description below. Another feature I found genuinely interesting is the music creation tool built into the platform. With this, you can create complete songs across different genres in literally just a matter of minutes, starting from nothing more than a single prompt describing what you are going for. It is very easy to use, and you do not need any musical background or production experience to get a finished track out of it. Whether you need background music for a video or something more standalone, this tool handles it surprisingly well. Another interesting feature worth mentioning is Script Genie. With this function, you can create scripts based on any existing YouTube video, simply by pasting in the URL. From there, you can request that it generate a completely new version of that script, and it can even do so in another language if that is what you need. This is a great time saver if you are looking for inspiration or want to repurpose existing content into something fresh for your own channel. It is a handy shortcut when you are short on ideas. Another interesting feature is Create Audiobook, which is basically a text-to-speech function, but with a field that allows you to include up to 30,000 characters at once. So if you have an ebook you would like to convert into an audiobook, you can simply copy and paste all the text up to that character limit. Of course, if your ebook has more characters than that, you would need to split it up and create a few different audio files. Right now, this particular function only works in English. Another feature worth mentioning is the ability to change the voice in an existing audio recording. You can upload up to 10 minutes of voiceover and then choose the type of voice you would like to apply to it instead. For example, you could take a recording with a male voice and transform it into a female voice, or switch between completely different vocal styles altogether. This is a great option if you already have a recording, but want a different voice on top of it. So, as you can see, Clone Voice AI is not a perfect platform, and there are definitely a few weak spots, like the voice cloning quality depending on your language and setup. But for everything else it offers, I genuinely think it is completely worthwhile overall. Plus, since it is a platform that is constantly being improved and updated, they occasionally roll out brand new features on top of everything already included, which means your investment keeps getting more valuable the longer you stick around and keep using it. So that is my quick take on Clone Voice AI. Overall, it is a platform packed with genuinely useful tools, even if voice cloning specifically was not my personal favorite. Between the public voice library, podcast creation, music generation, Script Genie, the audiobook function, and the voice changer, there is a lot here that can seriously speed up your content creation workflow. And remember, if you decide to grab Clone Voice AI, you can still get those special bonuses I mentioned earlier by purchasing through the links in the description or the pinned comment. Thanks so much for watching this quick review of Clone Voice AI. If you found it helpful, drop a like and subscribe for more honest reviews like this one. I will see you in the next video. Take care, everyone.